Hello and welcome to Motion Time. Today we're gonna make something this cinematic style in Apple Motion. This video is inspired by SoundDoc Films. I will link the video in the description below. Let's start. This is my project settings, 1920 by 1080 with a frame rate of 23.98 frames per second with a duration of 5 seconds. Okay, the first thing we need to do is let's add a background. So add object, generators, and color solid. So you can select any background color you like. In this tutorial, I'm gonna set it to this grayish background. I'm gonna group this one, Command Shift G, and I'm gonna rename it as BG. I'm gonna lock it. Then the next step is to create a text. So press T on your keyboard, and here on the text, this will be the spear shape or the 3D balls. So how to do that? We're gonna put some symbols in here. So Control, Command, and Spacebar, and your character viewer will appear. Then the next step is just to select this circle. So you will see here on your project composition, we have a circle here. Let's reset it. Next is let's go to appearance, then change it to 3D text. Let's group this also, Command Shift G. Let's rename it as source. Okay, and then let's increase the weight and depth. Let's not forget to increase the size of this, say around here. Then the next thing is let's go to add object camera, switch to 3D. Let's reset the position of our 3D or our text now. Okay, let's adjust the position so that it's aligned in the center. Let's change the active camera to perspective so that we can see our 3D shape. So it's like this. Let's go to our text, go to appearance, and then increase the weight, something around here. Okay, let's go back to active camera. It's too big, so reduce the weight, maybe just from earlier. So 5 is okay. Go back again to perspective, and then change the depth. Okay, and then here on the material, so for the substance is plastic, then type to textured. So we have something like this. Then the next thing we need to do is here on the front edge is round, right? So front edge size, let's increase that one. So if we look at our shape here, so we're having that front edge to something like this. So we have this like a pillow shape or pill shape, I mean. So looking much better. Maybe let's try to reduce the depth. Okay, so something like this. We have now a ball looking shape now. Then the next step is we turn off the environment. So we have this flat looking ball. Next step is let's add some throw behavior to our text. So select our text and then behaviors, basic motion, and throw. Then here on the throw velocity, let's set it to Y, like here or like this. So if we press spacebar on our keyboard, we have something like this. Then the next step is very easy. We just need to clone this source layer. So press K on your keyboard and then arrange the position. Because now we're in the 3D space, we can set the Z position of also the clone layer. So let's do that. So let's do like this. Then let's clone a lot more. Also change the position, of course, so you can do that. Then after that, go to camera. Here on camera, here on depth of field. So let's increase that depth of blur or depth of field blur amount. And then go to active camera. So currently you can not see any change here, right? So go to render and depth of field. Okay, so really interesting look, right? Adjust some of the clones to make it look much more interesting. And if you go to camera, you can adjust the far focus so that you have some, or you can see, or you can focus on the farther area and also near focus. So you can play around with the settings of the depth of field. Okay, and then if we press spacebar on our keyboard, we have something like this. Group them, Command-Shift-N, and then put them inside the group. Let's rename them as balls. Now it's time for us to create the text. Let's lock first our balls. Okay, let's lock them. Then here on our group, let's create our text. Press T on your keyboard and put your text. Okay, so this is how to make the first title. Now we have this. Let's rename this group as T1. Now let's proceed to T2. So I'm gonna lock this one and I'm just gonna duplicate this. Turn off T1. Rename this as T2. Then I forgot. Let's group all the text, Command-Shift-N. And put it inside the group. Let's rename that group as text. Let's turn them up. Then here on the balls copy, let's turn off our clone layer and just look at our source. Let's turn off the behavior just by clicking this. Then here on our source, let's change it to another icon. So Control, Command, and Spacebar. And then let's select this one, black medium square. Okay. Then let's change the active camera to perspective. So as you can see, we don't want this. So let's go to appearance. Let's reset the 3D text. So we have this really simple square shape. Then here on the material, change the substance type to shiny. Okay, and then let's increase the weight of this. Then adjust the position, maybe around here. So we need to cover up the whole screen. Set it to 90. And then here on the 3D text, here on the front edge, let's change this to double round. So you can see we have this edge, or this part, right? So increase the front edge a bit, so something like this. It looks cool. Actually, you can play around here on the, what do you call this, front edge, to see which one you like. And if you turn around or use this control here, you can see what's happening on this front edge. So let's select double round, and then that's okay. Let's go to our active camera. So we have this. Let's adjust the position around here. Okay, so the next step is let's turn off, or let's delete, the other clone layers. Okay, let's delete the clone layer. And here on our source copy, let's add some wave filter. So go to filters, distortion, and wave. So change or check vertical. So we have this kind of wave now. Let's increase the wavelength, something around here. And then let's add some rate here on the offset. Add parameter, rate. Then around maybe this one. So this one is okay. Let's set it to 25. Maybe too fast. So 20. Okay. Next is let's duplicate this source copy, Command D. Then let's adjust the position. Let's change also the color of this wave. So here on the material, change the color to around maybe red, something like this. So let's put it below the source copy, so we have something like this. Let's change the amplitude maybe if you want, or change also the wavelength. Then let's change the rate to -20. Okay. Then next is Command D, or duplicate again. Put it below the other one, the red one, and adjust the position. Let's change the color again. Let's say around, okay, let's see. Okay, blue. Let's set blue. Then let's change the behavior, the rate behavior, to +20. So we have something like this wave. Then maybe we can adjust also the position of the whole group. Let's change the name of this group as wave. Okay, the next step is let's change the background. Change it to a more lighter color. Okay, so around maybe this one. So one thing I forgot, go to your wave, and then each character, so the appearance, turn on environment. So that we have that brighter looking shapes. Okay, Then let's just turn on our text from earlier and then change the text. We can also add some light in here. So add object, light. And then let's adjust the Z position, something like this. And increase intensity. And if we turn on shadows, yeah, of course, we have some shadows here. Let's go to our wave. And each one, let's turn on shadows. Okay, it's already okay. If we go to the perspective camera, we can adjust or see the look of it. Okay, now let's proceed to text 3 or title 3. So let's just duplicate this T2. Let's turn it off. Let's rename this T2 copy as T3. Turn off the text, of course. And here on the BG, let's change it to a more black or darker color again. So we have this. So here on our wave, let's delete the other groups. We have this one. And here on our wave group, let's delete the wave, of course. So we don't want that anymore. And go back to your text. Go to format and let's change this rectangle to a different shape. So Control, Command, and Spacebar. Here on the parentheses, we're gonna use something like this. Then set the position of our shape. Okay, let's reset again the other one, the group position. Then here on the text appearance, let's reset this 3D text. So we have this only. Okay, so we have this white one. Let's change the depth. So around like this, we're gonna make something like a tower shape. So let's see if this one looks okay. Then let's add more weight. So we're gonna make something like a refrigerator shape. Okay, let's check. Then here on the front edge, let's change this to square. Now let's change the lighting style to medium right. Then here on the material, let's change the substance type to textured. And then let's change the color to a grayish one. Let's select this one. And then here on the environment, let's change the type to light box. So we have something like this. And then on this title 3, we're gonna play more on with the light. So let's add some light. So add object, light. And then let's turn or check on shadows. So you can see we have this shadow part here. So let's adjust it to the right side. Or I mean left side. And then let's change the light type to spot. And let's increase the intensity. Okay, let's increase around 2000. Then the important thing is here on the rotation, let's rotate, let's see, X. Okay, not the X, let's rotate the Y. And let's adjust the X position. So as you can see, we have this reflection, right? Pretty cool. Let's go back to light. Then here on the Y position, we can adjust something like this. So you can see we can animate the shadow, something like this one. Okay, let's reset this one. Oh, one thing I forgot is maybe let's change the background color to white. Okay. And then let's duplicate this. Let's make it as a floor. So let's rotate the X. Let's set it to -90. Then put it below like this. Maybe not 90, around something like this. Then let's increase the scale. So reflection, let's do that. So as you can see, it looks pretty cool. Maybe let's add also drop shadow. Let's do that for the other group or other background. Okay, and if we go back to our light and play around with the position, you have this. Okay, then let's set this position here at the bottom, so like this, and then let's keyframe from the first frame up to the last frame. Let's set it to going up. Something like this. So let's go to active camera. Then if we go to our first frame, let's Command R first because we're starting to use 3D and some light, so it will slow down our system a bit. So press spacebar. Okay, so pretty interesting. So we can also just select the reflection here. You can set the reflection here on the main group. You can tweak this more. Let's say maybe we can increase the depth of this one so we have a different result. So I'm gonna set it back to, or reset it to the one I've set earlier. And then we just turn on the text and of course change the colors. Let's set it to white. So you can play around with the rotation of the light to achieve a different kind of result. Okay, so let's proceed now to T4. Let's duplicate this T3. Let's rename this as T4. Let's turn off our camera or turn off our light. So let's delete one of the background and go to perspective again. Let's reset the perspective. So let's turn off our text. Let's change our background color. Let's change our background color to black. And here on our wave group, let's rename this as moon. Let's say it moon. In this shape, let's reset the 3D text. Go to format and let's change the icon again. Let's say here on the bullet and stars, let's select this circle shape. Okay, and then go to appearance, increase the weight. Then adjust the position. Okay, let's go back to our background. Black is too dark. Let's adjust it a bit. Okay, so around here. Let's set our shape to around like this. Let's adjust the position. Okay, so here on the 3D text, let's change the front edge to concave and adjust the front edge to around like 15. Here on the lighting style, let's change it to backlit. So we have something like this. And for the environment, let's change the type to soft box above and the rotation around maybe this one, 420. So it depends on you, just play around to get your desired result. Here on the material, let's leave it like this, but change the color to black to get that really interesting look. And then, next is the animation part. Let's keyframe this Y position. So around here. So it will emerge from the bottom going to up. Then this source copy, let's just clone this. Press K on your keyboard. So if you look at it, okay, so like this. So let's put, or let's adjust the Y position around here. You can see it's like this. So let's just animate the Y also. So it should be here. So the start should be around, of course, out of the view. Okay, let's go to our active camera. So what we need to do is adjust the source one a bit in around here. Okay. So this one, okay. This one around here. Okay, so it really looks interesting. So the next part, let's add some light. So add object light. So this one is okay, point. Then turn on shadows. Let's take a look. Okay, let's increase the intensity a bit. Okay, then go to properties and maybe adjust the Y position and the Z. So it always depends on you, my friends. Okay. Then let's add more light, of course. Add object light. So for this light too, let's change the light type to spot. So let's increase the pole of start and change the position. So around here maybe. And let's turn on also shadows. Then maybe pole of start, something like this. Let's see. Okay, let's set 0. The rotation maybe, okay, around this part, maybe 45. Let's adjust the position X. Okay. Then let's add one more. So add object, light. The spot is okay. Then turn on shadows. Let's adjust it to around, let's say here. So you just play around with the light, of course. Then here on the intensity, let's add, say, wriggle. Let's increase that amount. Then add and subtract. So if we let's command R first, RAM preview. And then press spacebar. We have this like emerging loop. Okay, the next step here on our text, of course, let's change the text in here. Okay, so that's T4. Just play around with the settings, right? Then let's go to last one, our T5. So let's command D, our T4. Let's rename it as T5. Then let's turn off our text and turn off our light. Let's change the background color to a bit this one, maybe either way you choose your color. Maybe this one. Then let's delete this clone layer. Let's go to our, let's rename it as, or let's rename our moon group to circle, just a circle. There, here on our text, go to appearance. Let's reset the 3D text. Let's change the substance type to shiny. Let's change the color to red. And let's set it to red. Okay. So where is it? Let's reset the Y position. So we have this. Looking nice already. So here in our text, let's increase the weight. Maybe around this one, 15. And then, so the front edge size, let's increase it to around 35. Oh yeah, okay. 35 may be too much. Let's change the active to perspective camera. So this one looks like this. Maybe we can adjust the depth to 0. Oh, I think it's okay. And here on the lighting style, change it to backlit. Okay. And then here on the environment, these 2 light box. Okay. Actually, here on the format, you can just change the or set the size to the normal one like this, and then just adjust the weight. So just like this. Let's reset that one. Let's put it in here. So go to active camera. Then here on the rotation of this text or this shape, let's gonna rotate the Y. So let's reset that one. Let's set the initial rotation to like this. And let's set it to -40. Keyframe there. Then here around 2 seconds. So it goes to 40. Okay, and then go to keyframe editor. Let's make it this as is both, and then click here. After last keyframe, ping pong. So we have something like this. Okay, let's go to perspective. Let's change our shape so you can see we have something like this, right? So let's go to the T5 and turn off reflection, maybe, no? So go to your BG and turn off this reflection because we don't want this reflection here, so turn that off. So if we press spacebar, we have this one. So the next thing is just duplicate this. So let's command D, then adjust the position around here. Then let's increase the weight little by little. So 370, let's set to 400. Then let's duplicate again, shift the position, let's set it to 420, then duplicate again, okay, and adjust something like this, set to 450. Then let's duplicate again. Then lastly, okay, so if we go back, okay, so you notice that they have this, what do you call this one? They're passing through each other, which we don't like. So to fix this one, we need to do is adjust the and Z position. So let's put it below like this. Okay, then we still have this, right, after adjusting the order. Now let's adjust the Z position of each circle. So around like this, and let's increase the scale and adjust the position. Okay, so after that, if we looked at it, okay, we still have this passing through each other. Still need to adjust the position. We now have almost finished our last title for today. Then let's add the last ingredient. Let's add some light. So adding light can really produce very interesting look. So here let's adjust the pole of start and maybe increase the intensity around something like this, say 510. Let's turn on shadows also. Okay, so it looks bad, right? Let's increase the diameter. And here on the properties, adjust something like this. And then the Z position around like this. Maybe something like this. Okay, let's see. To active camera. Okay, you just play around with the settings of the light. Maybe, okay, I just copied the light used from my preview. So you can follow this light like this. And then you notice that here on the active camera, we have this blurred shapes, right? So let's go to active, or let's go to perspective and top. So here on the camera, if you adjust the far focus to reach this one, and then adjust the near focus, maybe, I think. So just something like this. Go back again to active camera. We now have a much better looking shapes. Maybe we can also add some reflection here. So here on the text, click this drop shadow so that we can add some shadow here. So or make it looks much better or much more interesting. That's how to make those cinematic style titles in Apple Motion. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and you learned a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you and see you again.